with the most recent addition to Paladins being ranked crossplay, let's ask ourselves 3 simple questions that I'm going to answer in this video to determine whether ranked crossplay is actually good for the game or it is an overall an entire failure and a complete failure. And the game was better off having just single console crossplay with the console players or the PC players. Now, if you guys don't know, with the most recent Paladins patch, they actually introduced ranked crossplay. This was mainly, their reasoning was for shorter queue times and better matchmaking. So I did an entire test, and throughout 5 games that I recently did, I just did about a day ago. We're gonna find out. I took down all the data, every single match that I did, and out of these 5 games, we're gonna get an average and kind of see what are the queue times and what is the matchmaking like for your average ranked player, especially your console player, and with the ranked crossplay now as well. So I actually have gameplay of all these matches. I'll probably throw in the background as well during some of this. You guys are probably already watching it, but without further ado, let's get right into this. Now, pretty much what I did, I played for about 2 hours. I played from 12 a.m. EST to 2 a.m. EST for about 2 hours this past day. And I played 5 Paladins ranked matches. Each match, I actually took down the time it took to actually find the game. And then I have the screenshots of all the matchmaking and what kind of ranks I was being paired with. As long as with the gameplay as well, I should have some gameplay in the background. And that type of thing. So game number 1, this was a 43-second queue, and I'll probably throw some gameplay of it in the background for you guys right now, but pretty much what this match is, I'll throw the matchmaking thing on screen right now as well. I was salty. I am currently, at least when I started this, I was actually silver 4, so keep that in mind as well. I was silver 4. Now the current match, this actually has, I'm not going to censor anybody's names either, because there's no such thing as private accounts now, and these are all public accounts. So if somebody's mad that their account's in this video, then tough shit, because everything's public. So I'm just gonna put that out there before I get into this. But first match, silver player. Overall, this match, I'm gonna say for the first game, this was overall a pretty solid and pretty balanced match. My team had a duel, and the enemy team had a duel, and then my team had another duel, and the enemy team had 2 duels. So the enemy team had 2 duels, and then my team had 2 duels. And if anything, I think I was actually the major outlier here, because I was the only silver player in this entire lobby. But overall, this was actually solid matchmaking. Nothing really to take from this first game. Kind of just your average ranked match. It was a 4-1 game, I think is what it said. So, like I said, a 43-second queue time for this first game. And these are also North American lobbies. Like I said, I was playing for 2 hours between 12 a.m. and 2 a.m. EST. So, kind of just your average times. That's always the times that I either streaming the game or I'm either playing the game at that time. I've been playing the game usually the majority of the time around that time for years now, and that's usually when I play the most, is around these times. So, that was just to get the best accurate representation of the queue times and the time I play usually. So, and then to compare it to what it was before. That being said, game number 2, this was a 1 minute and 12 second lobby, which actually got canceled because somebody did not respond or was AFK and had to relook for a game. Overall, it was a 2 minute and 35 second queue time overall after the cancellation and somebody going AFK or either leaving and not clicking on the queue, whatever it was, the pop-up for the queue. I'll throw that one right on screen for you guys right now. Overall, this match, a little bit different. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys right now, you guys probably see the huge blaring weakness with this one. First of all, the enemy team had Lex, because my team did not ban Lex for some reason. Enemy team got Lex, and the guy legit got pocketed and absolutely steamrolled. This was an absolute dog shit matchmaking lobby. My team had 2 silvers, a Ruckus that didn't do anything the entire game. The guy was unranked, probably a bronze player. A gold, and then a plat 3. And then the enemy team was an entire 5 stack, so They were pretty much what the enemy team did is what they pretty much spawn camped us half the game, and then they pocketed the Lex, and the Lex pretty much rolled the entire lobby. Like I said, I have gameplay for all this. I'll probably have gameplay in the background as I'm talking about it. Absolute god-awful lobby. This was a waste of 12 minutes. Game number 2, overall matchmaking for waiting over 2 minutes for a game total. Huge L. It put me, as a solo player, it put an entire team of silver and below, I guess platinum 3 and below players, there's only one platinum though, of solo players versus an entire team of 5 stacks, which it should never ever do as a solo player. I don't know where it found this team at. Overall, game number 2, L. There we go. Game number 3, this is actually a 54-second queue time. That is how long it took to actually pop up the queue and get into a game. Nothing really crazy there. As for the lobby, I'll throw that on screen for you guys right now. This was actually a game where we had a 3-stack on my team. Now my team is getting the 3 stacks. The enemy team had a duo, and they also had 2 people that actually pretty much just sat in spawn. The Victor left the game and sat in spawn. The Pip sat in spawn, and this was a 7-minute roll game because we had a 3-stack that would legit spawn camp the enemy team. So game number 3, another game, at least in my favor this time though, of a team that legit just got rolled by a 3-stack and by a garbage matchmaking again. So overall, now we're with 3 games being in. We had 1 good game with actual decent matchmaking, and two matches that are just really bad and awful matchmaking. And like I said, half their team gave up halfway through because they were just getting rolled. And they also had a duo on the enemy team, which were not good. Apart from that, game number 3, this was actually a 1 minute and 33 second lobby or queue time. So kind of just, that's pretty much what it is, nothing crazy. And then as for this one, which I'll throw on screen for you guys right now, you guys probably see it on screen. This game was awful. This was an awful match, at least for me. I got absolutely just fucking destroyed by a Vatu on the enemy team. This guy would not leave me alone, and our team had pretty much no answers to the Vatu apart from the Leon. I think the only person that was actually able to kill the Vatu the entire game was the Leon. This guy ran absolute roughshod over our entire team, and the main reason why we lost this is because we had solo tank Ash that never stood on the point. The guy had 47 objective time, and we got pretty much rolled. So I wouldn't say this one was really bad matchmaking, but the enemy team has 2 unranked accounts, and then my team, I'm silver 4. And, I mean, I guess both teams have 2 plats and 1 gold, so I don't know. Just one of those games where we just got absolutely rolled, mainly because of a bad team comp. So I'm not going to really say this one was actually, like, matchmaking's fault, or it was more so this stupid player syndrome, to where my team was just garbage. So, and didn't pick a second tank. We needed a Leon for some reason over a second tank, so I guess that's why. Vatu, though, this game made me realize how broken Vatu is, and I've been playing against Vatu so much, and it was just another one of those games where this Vatu runs the lobby, which isn't a surprise after Crossplay, which we'll be talking about towards the end of the video. And last but not least, we got the last game of what I did. This was a 2 minute and 9 queue time before I got a rank pop-up and was able to enter into a ranked game. Keep that in mind. I'll throw the matchmaking thing on screen for you guys right now. This was an awful lobby. This was a really bad lobby. It really was. Now it says I'm also gold 5 here, but keep in mind I was silver 4 going into this match. It says I'm gold 5 because I skipped from silver 4 all the way up to gold 5 after the game was done. But this was what you call a legit, like, stomp match. It was, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it was legit, like, probably the fastest, easiest match I think I've ever did. Like, half their team sat in spawn, and then I think they had 2 bots on their team. And an entire team of silvers. I don't understand. And then you have a 2-stack on my team. The 2-stack on my team just destroyed. They would walk around with each other and just destroyed everybody. Again, I don't know if this was really bad matchmaking or just stupid player syndrome. Or the other problem is just people leaving the game and just not being banned for throwing matches. I don't know. Overall, though, I'm going to say is that this was bad matchmaking. Even though we have the bronze player on our team, the guy that never died. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. But these are just the 5 games that I did. If you guys want more evidence of how bad the matchmaking has been, I've been streaming the game off and on over the last, like, 2 weeks now of this patch. And the ranked matchmaking, especially on patch day when I tried to play ranked, was some of the worst matchmaking I think I ever had in my entirety of playing the game over the last 5 years. It was some of the worst shit ever. It really was. Just because these 5 games don't look that bad, there's way more examples. I just wanted to do 5 games and kind of get like an accurate representation of the matchmaking in like 5 games. And overall, I think at least 3 out of the 5 games were awful matchmaking. You could argue maybe only 2. Maybe it was more of stupid player syndrome and not having like a good team and like team comp and everything like that. But I don't know, at least for me, I think it was 3 out of 5. We had 2 decent matches and the rest were all just either one-sided stomps or just awful matchmaking. Being paired against 5-stacked solos, etc. But overall, let's answer the questions. And then we're going to have one more question towards the end of this, which we're going to actually talk about some balance changes for some champions, which everybody likes. Well, let's answer question number 1. Has ranked crossplay fixed the matchmaking? Which is the big thing everybody was saying it was going to do. And the big main reason why they wanted to go to ranked crossplay and pretty much put a band-aid on the rank system without changing anything else. And actually changing the matchmaking and fixing the matchmaking to the way it was. And actually fixing the game instead of just putting a band-aid over it. Did it actually fix the matchmaking? I'm going to have to say no. I think the matchmaking is somehow even worse. I really do. I have never had worse ranked games in the entirety I've been playing the game. Apart from these last, like, 2 weeks. And I'm not even a high-tier ranked player. Like, I was in Silver 4, and I recently just made it to Gold this past day when I was doing these games. Like, I'm not even saying that much. I don't know if it's better for your high-tier players. Maybe it's better for your high-tier players. But for your low to mid-tiers of ranked, I'm going to have to say ranked matchmaking is not fixed, and it's actually even worse than it was before ranked crossplay. So there's a huge L on that note. So the only other thing, the reason why we got ranked crossplay, the only other option to justify why we even have it is the queue times. Have the queue times gotten faster and have the rank times gotten better? Overall, I think the queue times, we had game 1, which is 43 seconds, game 2, which was 2 minutes and 35 seconds total, after a 1 minute and 12 lobby cancellation due to somebody leaving. Game 3 was 54 seconds, game 4 was 1 minute and 33, and then game 5 was 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Keep in mind, this was on NA between 12 a.m. EST and 2 a.m. EST. So the average times I've been playing the game the most over the last couple years at the very least. And especially when I stream the game, this is usually around the time when I stream the game. Has the queue times actually improved? No, they have not. The average queue times, when it was just console, at least I can't speak for PC because I had never played the game on PC up until this point at all, and I still haven't, but until, I guess, ranked crossplay with the PC players, but I've been a console player the entire time, and I still am. But at least with the console-only ranked queues before crossplay, your average ranked queue time was between 30 to 45 seconds on average. So overall, the majority of these queue times are above a minute. We had 2 that were below a minute, and the rest of these are above a minute of queue times out of the average, so I guess I can calculate together all these and try to get a middle type number, but I'm not that good with math. All you need to know is the majority of these numbers, at least out of these 5 games, were above a minute, and they were compared to 30 to 45 second queue times with just console crossplay, or just console lobbies with ranked and not crossplay. So have the queue times for ranked crossplay improved? At least with this little test, no, they have not. And this is your NA, average lobbies at, an average time of playing the game. And I've been playing, like I said, this is the normal time I've been playing the game around this time. And the last couple of years when I normally stream the game around this time, etc., etc. So now the only other question that is left to actually answer is ranked crossplay balanced? So here's some stuff we're going to talk about balance-wise with some of the champions, because ranked crossplay has been going for about 2 weeks now. At least from what I've seen and what I've been playing, there's a huge handful of champions that they did not actually even consider that needs to have some huge balance changes done to them with ranked going crossplay, and the crossplay having console and PC players in the same ranked lobbies. That being said, they gotta start balancing the game for both ranked and PC, ranked and console, and basing it around ranked, if that's what they really want to do. Now, right now, I'm gonna throw on a list of champions on screen, which I'm gonna go through and talk about. Some of the champions that with ranked crossplay need to be nerfed, and then some of the champions that are actually really lacking and actually need to be buffed after going from console exclusive ranked or like PC exclusive ranked into crossplay, and mainly just console exclusive ranked into crossplay. So first one, Bomb King. Bomb King is crazy. Bomb King is legit picked in 99% of your games. If he's not banned, he's usually picked within the first 3 picks, and I think out of all the DPS in the entire game, I think he's probably the most picked one right now. There's a few other like hit scans like Tyra and Victor and your other like really easy to play ones, I guess Cassie and that type of thing, but I think the majority of the DPS you're seeing right now is either those or Bomb King. Bomb King just does too much damage. I don't know what they would really do with him to balance him with ranked crossplay, but he's just fucking crazy. I don't even know what they would really even do. If you guys would know, let me know in the comments down below if you happen to be a PC player or even on somebody on console, but I have never played against so much Bomb King in the entirety I've ever been playing the game. I really have not, just because he wasn't really ever played that much on console. But with PC players being involved in rank now, it is entirely different. And I've heard that Bomb King's been just absolutely busted on PC for I don't know how long already. But I've never actually experienced it because I rarely play against the PC players up until now. Lex is a pretty much a no-brainer. I don't know how many times, including the tier list. If you guys missed the tier list, I threw out a tier list a couple days ago, just breaking down every single champion. If you guys want to go watch that, if you missed it, I'll leave a link to that at the end of the video. I talk about every single champion in the entire game and how they currently are for ranked. But Lex, even with crossplay, who would have guessed? The guy is legit just shreds. I don't know about your higher tier games, but like your lower to mid tier lobbies, if Lex gets through bans, whatever team gets him has like a 98% win rate. And I think whoever gets him usually wins like 98% of the time. Unless they have a robot or something crazy happens, you're usually going to win. Or your Lex player is just a brain dead loser, which I don't know how you can screw him up. He's one of the easiest to play champions in the entire game. Half his kit does the work for you. All you need to do is just go after whoever is marked, and you go after him, and you do so much damage, you just out-trade anybody. Lex needs to have his talents nerfed. They need to nerf his base damage, and they need to nerf Discovery. I don't give a shit what anybody says. If you're a PC player, if you're a console player. If you're a console player, you probably agree with me, because it's crazy. And then, not to mention, he also has an execute ult that pretty much kills anybody, apart from if you have a shield in your face. And he also has auto-aim, so if you try to get away on low health, he doesn't even need to aim. As long as he's looking in your direction, you're dead. This would mainly be for stuff like Eevee, Vatu, other stuff that has really good mobility and tries to get away at low health usually most of the time, and loses just because of the auto-aim, Maeve, that type of thing. Andro. I don't know. Lex is just a absolute blunder. I don't know how they actually haven't nerfed Lex up until this point. I really don't. Talus is another one. Now, Talus I'm not going to really talk about very much, because the main problem with Talus is aim assist. You take away aim assist from Talus, and I think he's actually not good. So I don't know what they really do to actually balance Talus, because you can't really get rid of aim assists, and you can't really remove that from the game. That's not really an option, so I don't know what they really do, because without aim assist, the only reason he's good is because of the aim assist, and he's getting abused by the console players versus the PC players. So I don't know what they really do. Genos is another one. The only really simple balance changes Genos really needs is just to have some reverts to his recent buffs. That's the only thing he really needs. Very simple to fix. I just don't think they actually want to do that though for some reason, but is way too brain dead. He was great on console too, but even on PC, like, he's picked and banned every single game. If he's not banned, you're picking him as a first or a second pick every single game. I think the majority of the ranked games I've played have had a Genos on one of the teams. Vatu is another one. Vatu just rolls people. In your lower to mid-tier games, as long as you somewhat know how to play him, he just rolls lobbies. And even like the example that I showed earlier where I was just getting constantly killed by the Vatu, I couldn't even react some of the times. Like, he would walk up on me, teleport to me, and delete me within like a second before I was able to even react most times. I think he needs his burst combos or something nerfed about him. I don't really play him that much, so I'm not sure what they really need to do to actually nerf him again. I know he got a recent nerf this past patch, but I think he still needs another one, because he's just absolutely crazy. And it's clearly a blunder that they did not actually nerf him even more, expecting us to go into ranked crossplay and then having him being balanced, which is really stupid. Khan's another one. The only thing they need really do with Khan is actually nerf his damage. He just does way too much damage. He's too easy to play and he does too much damage. He does way too much for an off tank, and I think that's the thing they really need to nerf. They need to nerf his utility and they need to nerf his damage. Some simple balance changes there for him, but it's just whether or not to actually balance him correctly, because we know the high-res balance team is a bunch of clowns, so. And then the stuff that needs buff, I never thought I would actually ever say this, but ever since Skye went from just console exclusive rank to crossplay, she's not good. I don't see Skye in any of my games, and when I do see her in my game, she just doesn't do anything the majority of the time. I think it's actually because of the ranked crossplay and going against the PC players. I really do. And even speaking from experience, like, I can't even play her in ranked. It's really difficult to make her work unless you have like a team that's backing you up and following you around the entire game. It really is. I don't know what they would really buff with her to the point where that would not make her super annoying, but make her a lot better. I don't know. Maybe some quality of life changes again. I have no idea. Maybe some alt changes, because her alt's kind of bad. I'm not sure. The problem with Skye is, though, if you go on and changing a bunch of random shit with her, she becomes incredibly annoying, and she's one of the most annoying to play against champions in the entire game. So they got to be really careful on balancing her. Maldamba is a pick that you think you would see a lot more in ranked crossplay, but you're still not really seeing that much. I think the real reason why you're not seeing Maldamba is just because Genos is so good. I think once Genos gets nerfed, maybe you'll see a little bit more Maldamba playing, but if I were them, I would actually slightly, like, little tiny buffs to Maldamba. I think he needs some real small buffs to push him in the right direction, make him being played. I want to see more Maldamba in my ranked games. I really do, but even with ranked crossplay, I've barely seen him, which is really surprising. Rom's garbage. Rom was decent on console with just only console ranked, but like with ranked crossplay, he's just garbage. I think another reason why he's just really bad too is because of Bomb King and Genos being good and Lex. All three things that either execute him or just delete him or make him not do what he's supposed to do with certain abilities, and I guess Khan as well. But maybe once they get changed, then Rom will be a lot better, but Rom is just absolutely garbage. I think he's almost borderline unplayable. I wouldn't say he's unplayable, but like he's really close to being unplayable the majority of your games. But because there's always either a BK, a Genos, a Khan, something on the enemy team that's going to destroy you, so. And then Willow. I thought Willow would actually be a lot better with ranked crossplay because everybody tells she's so much better on PC than she is on console. And I have never really even seen Willow being played at all. She needs some major buffs or some major reworks. You don't see her play it at all, and she is still one of the worst DPS in the entire game, even with ranked crossplay and the PC players, and being able to play her even better than console players, at least from what I've heard and what I've been told over the last, I don't know how long already. Just haven't seen it at all, and I think it's because she's just garbage. Major buffs or reworks. I don't know what they really do, but they have a lot of work to do with Willow, because she's really bad. Apart from that, there's a few other champions we could have slid in here, but I don't want to be sitting here the entire time. These are the major ones that need to be either nerfed or some type of balance changes right now that they obviously didn't account for when ranked actually went into crossplay. So, apart from that, is ranked crossplay good for the game? I think the only major plus side, at least for me and that I've seen, is you're seeing a lot of other cool champions being played. Like before with console crossplay or just console ranked before crossplay, you would see all the console stuff being played. You never seen Eevee being played. You never seen Vatu, you never seen BK very much. You never seen Pip being played very much. Like, there's Meldamba's another one you never seen really played much. Like, there's a lot of champions that I'm actually seeing played. Cassie's another one. See played very much with console, just exclusive ranked. Now that you're seeing played a lot more with crossplay ranked, I think that's the only like real positive from crossplay ranked is a more diverse champion move or like a champion pool that you're seeing being played. Apart from that, though, I do think ranked crossplay is a failure. It did not improve the queue times, at least for me. Maybe some people got better queue times, but at least for me, it did not. And the matchmaking did not improve at all. If anything, at the very least, and that this is being generous, it's the same as it was before, which matchmaking has always been garbage. It's the same as it was before, if not worse, and I actually think it's actually worse than it was with just console exclusive and PC exclusive ranked. I really do. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Do you guys think ranked crossplay is it overall good for the game so far? Or do you guys think it's a good step in the direction for the game? Or do you guys want to go back to having console and PC exclusive ranked? Because that's what I would rather have happen. I do not enjoy crossplay ranked at all, and I do not enjoy playing against PC players the majority of the time. There's some times when it's fun, but like with the matchmaking has improved, the queue times haven't improved, and then I'm sitting there scratching my head wondering, well, why did they give us ranked crossplay then when the main two things that they want to fix are somehow worse than what they were before? So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Apart from that, I'm going to get out of here. Got a bunch more stuff on the way. I do stream Apex Legends, Splatoon 3. We got a Sizzle season on the way in about a week from now. So if you guys are interested in that, stay up to date with the channel. Omega Strikers, Overwatch 2, a bunch of other stuff on the way. So if you guys don't want to miss that, subscribe. Apart from that, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out, everybody.